Hey, how are ya? So I am gonna make some protein pancakes out of my Arbonne vegan shake mix. It's delicious. This is the second time I'm actually making it. I'm gonna get out a bowl to mix things up in. I need some butter for my pan. I have eggs and I have almond milk out here on the counter. Here's my almond milk. My eggs. I'm going to turn on my stove. Give us some light here. I'm going to get a little bit more light too. How about that? That's a bit better. I'm here drinking my cleanse. I'm on my 30-day cleanse. I'm only on day 7. But this is the product that's like an actual cleanse. It's delicious. It's a lot of fluid though. Like I have taken in nearly a gallon of water so far today. And it's only lunchtime. I am making pancakes for lunch though. So this is one of those times where I would normally have a protein shake, like a blended protein shake, and add some berries and some nut butter and put it in the blender. But instead what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it into a pancake with eggs and almond milk. And I need to get the protein, look at that. And it comes in a 2-pound supply. I'm going with vanilla. It also comes in chocolate, and those are like the flavors that they have all the time. They also do limited edition flavors, so check out the website and see what they've got. I can't wait to get some more flavors. I'm not even bored with it yet. Like I said, I'm making pancakes out of it. I've made a cake out of it. I'm looking forward to making some other things. I was thinking about making a tart, like creating a very like thick batter out of it and baking like a tart and putting some of my raspberries or blueberries or both on top. I don't know, I think that sounds good. But anyhow, right now we're gonna go ahead and make pancakes. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make just enough for myself, and I'm gonna make it the way I would make my protein shake. So I'm gonna take 2 scoops of my protein powder. Almost done with my cleanse. I think I'm just gonna power it down. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, so good. So good. That and a couple other products are ones where it's like, I just gotta keep it in. I gotta drink so much water. So much water. So that's every other day for the first 2 weeks that I take in that product. Here's scoop number 1. And scoop number 2. Now we're done with the protein powder. Ooh, I'm also gonna add a little bit of baking soda, just a pinch, and get out my monk fruit. That's what I'm gonna put on the top because I'm not gonna put syrup on the top. But I've got my baking soda here, and I'm gonna put just a pinch of it into my pancake. I would do that if I were making regular pancakes or almost anything baked goods. Baking soda is one of those ingredients that goes in cookies and cakes and all kinds of delicious baked goods. So I'm gonna mix that up just a little bit so my baking powder and my protein powder have a consistency that's more similar. So just mix it in. And then I'm gonna get out my local eggs here. I got these eggs from Petaluma. I am in San Francisco right now, but I'm from Sonoma County, and these are from Sonoma County, which I think is like 2 county lines from San Francisco. So anyways, shop local, especially things like your dairy products. That is advice from me. So I'm gonna take the powder that I have in here and go ahead and crack 1 egg. Get rid of that. Don't need the shells. Do not put the shells into your pancake batter. I'm then going to open up my almond milk. And I'm gonna use measuring cup. I'm gonna use a 1/4 cup measuring. I don't need too much of the almond milk. And depending on how thick you want your batter, you can always add some water to it. So here's my almond milk going into the batter. Set these aside. So earlier I was watching my YouTube, just like you guys are. I like to watch certain channels, and I was watching some stuff that's going on with Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star and James Charles, which are people that I watch like on a regular basis. I see almost all their material. I really like their makeup artistry, and I'm totally like sucked in right now to all their drama. I've been watching The Scoop and The Tea and like all these other sites where they're explaining what's going on, and I just want them to make more videos. I don't like all this drama. Okay, so my batter, I'm mixing it up here. It's pretty thick, so I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup water. Taking that 1/4 cup again, just getting some water, and hopefully that lightens up the batter. This would also be a good time to turn on my pan and warm it up. So I'm gonna just turn it up to medium here on the stove top and take like a teaspoon of butter. I love butter, so for some of you that might be too much, or you want to put oil in your pan, that's fine. Like a good substitute would be something like some extra virgin olive oil, and whatever it is, so that the batter doesn't get stuck to the pan, so it makes a nice pancake. I'm gonna get back to mixing this, and back to the people that I like watching on YouTube, especially seeing things lately with Jeffree Star. You know what I really want to see is I want to see him come out with something vegan. Like, he's got all these different palette ideas, and he uses all these great products, and sometimes he does. He sometimes has like vegan products that he talks about, and he's always unwrapping new things, the kinds of products that he likes using, not just the ones that are like his name brand. But I would really like to see him come out with a palette that is vegan, something that is very good for the skin. And even like his brushes, I was checking on his brushes, and I really want some because they're very like ready to do artistry, like the different shapes and sizes and the textures of his brushes. But I am doing everything I can to indulge in this new business that I'm in with Arbonne. So for me, that is not a purchase that I'm going to make, not until it's something that is more comparable to my product line. Otherwise, I'm just going to stick with mine, and I really hope they make new brushes too. Like, I just want some new vegan brushes, and I wouldn't mind having like more eyeshadow choices and more blush choices and different formulations for lip products. Like more is so what I want. Okay, so my pan is nice and warm, and my batter is ready. So I used a 1/4 cup water to lighten it up a bit, and it's just how I like it. And this will make 2 pancakes in my small pan that I have over here. It's just like a little personal pan. And I'm gonna go ahead and pour some of the batter from the bowl directly into the pan, and I'm gonna eyeball it and do about half. Because again, this will make 2. So that's about half my batter. Drip, drip. Beautiful little drip here in the bowl. And I've got my spatula. I really won't need any more butter, like that's enough for me. And again, my topping is gonna be monk fruit, so I'm gonna put my butter back in the cabinet. Put everything else away too. My farm fresh local eggs and my almond milk. I'm even gonna put away my protein powder. This can be found on my website, my Arbonne website, that I'll put the link down below. Check it out. So good for you. It's vegan, it's pea protein, it's got cranberry protein, it's got all kinds of things in it that are really good for your skin, and I've been seeing wonderful results. I've also been losing weight, and I tend to have more breakouts while I lose weight. Like, there's something that's going on with my body that, like, she shows off more, right? My skin is like, what are you doing losing weight? And gives me a pimple here or there or whatever. But not so much with this stuff. It's like my skin's getting clearer and I'm losing weight. So I am a huge fan. and recommend it to everyone. So my pancake is cooking pretty well. It's not time to flip it over. With pancakes, you want to wait until you see these little like bubbles come up on the top, and the bottom part will have like a nice crispy outer coating to it, but when it gets those bubbles on top, it's cooked through enough that you can flip it over. If you flip it over too early, you could end up with like a fold, or like it leaks out the side and then you feel like you have to flip it over again. And by the way, like don't hate on yourself if you do that. I do that all the time. I'm gonna get out a beautiful plate that I have here just to be more prepared to release my first pancake from the pan. But I don't have any bubbles yet. It's getting there. So all you people out there watching me, I really appreciate you watching my videos. Please let me know what you think. Comment below and like and subscribe. Also check into everyone else that I like watching. I really recommend looking into the things that they do. Even though I want you to follow me and I want you to be vegan and cruelty free, I want you to also indulge and see the things that I see and enjoy. So check them out and follow me on all my social media. Like, subscribe. Okay, I almost see a bubble. Oh, there's two. There's two. I'm about ready to flip. Nope, I still needs to get a little bit more. Almost ready. Show you guys what I'm looking at. It doesn't look like regular pancake batter because it is my pea protein batter, but there you go. You see there's like a bubble there about to pop, and there's a bubble there. So it's almost time to flip it over. Just not quite yet. I think she's ready. I think it's time to flip her. There we go. Beautiful. Again, this is what it'll look like when you're nice and patient and let it bubble. This is my perfect pancake. The thickness, even the appearance. When I see pancakes like this, I'm like, yes. My dad used to make pancakes every Sunday morning, and I am still a huge pancake fan. I just don't do a lot of gluten. I've been that way for years. I did go back to it for a while, and that's part of how I got my weight back up after I got out of the service. And it's not my favorite thing to eat. Sometimes I miss certain things like sourdough bread, but it's just, I don't know, like it doesn't agree with me. It's also not very good for my skin. So I am really enjoying making products out of my protein mix. I also found that on my website we have a protein powder that doesn't have flavor, like it's not vanilla and it's not chocolate, it's just like a protein additive. And I think I'm gonna put that into my next order and see if I can make things that are a bit more savory. Maybe even something a bit like sourdough bread, who knows? So I'm gonna check into that. And if it turns out good, I'll make a video for you guys to show off the recipe. Okay, I think this one's about done. It doesn't take long once you flip it over. Just enough so that it's cooked all the way through. And there we go. Beautiful pancake. Beautiful pancake. So now I'm gonna put the other one on the pan. Now if you're making these at home and you think that there's not enough butter or oil left in the pan, you can go ahead and add some more. Mine still has plenty on it, so I'm not concerned about this pancake sticking. And I don't want to use the spatula, but there is more left in the bowl. I'll just go ahead and use a spoon because I have it right here. There we go. I should put some spatulas in there. That would have been a better tool to use. Okay. Put that in the sink. So now, again, we're waiting for this one to just bubble up. While we're waiting on that, I'm gonna get my monk fruit out. And I'm just using my regular spoon, like a spoon that I would use for cereal or what have you. And I'm just gonna take a bit of the monk fruit, not too much, and sprinkle it over the top of my pancake. And this is what I'm using instead of heavy syrup. Monk fruit is, if you're not familiar with it, it is a sweetener that actually, like, the label says that it has no calories in it. It's like sugar alcohol. I've been using it for months now. My dad wanted me to make some cookies for his keto diet. He was doing a keto diet, and I found some recipes online where I like altered some of the ingredients and was making him keto-friendly cookies, and it called for monk fruit, and I was really impressed with monk fruit, so it's something I'm sticking with. As for those keto cookies, they were pretty high in calorie, and they weren't necessarily a fat bomb, which is what the keto diet does. Like, they do these fat bomb things, they make sure you get plenty of fat in. And I did the diet for a while with my parents, but it's just not really my thing, and I wasn't really losing weight on it either. Like, it was kind of nice being able to eat all those foods, but like, I prefer a more structured diet, something a bit more disciplined. This is like, this Arbonne thing is way more my style. Okay, so I have some bubbles on my pancake. Bubbles. So I'm getting ready to flip it over. Bring you back over here so I can flip over the pancake. Ooh, it's still kind of runny. Uh-oh. I'm gonna see if I can keep it on the... That one turned out better. I can already tell this one didn't turn out as good. I think my pan might be too hot, so I'm gonna turn it down just a tad. But when I started to flip it, it definitely wasn't at the like halfway point, and that's kind of what you're going for with your pancake. You want it to be at least like halfway cooked before you flip it over. But mine, just now, it was like unsettled. It wasn't cooked enough. So we're just gonna give it another minute before flipping it. And what else do we need? Oh, we need to set the table. So I'm gonna get some of my silverware, a fork and a knife. Got it down here in the cabinet. Put it at the table. I've actually got over here, I'm setting the table, but I've got my little like workspace. You can see my laptops here. Not only have I been working on YouTube, but I've been working on the Arbonne business. And then there's some of my cleansing products. A couple days ago, I forgot to have one of my cleansing products until it was kind of late. And it not only kept me up longer, but I had to get up and go to the bathroom. So I put out everything this morning to make sure that I went ahead and got that done a bit earlier. So I am back over here at the pancake, and I think we're finally ready. I think we're finally ready to flip it over. Right? Yes, and it didn't burn, thankfully. Probably the cooked edge came off. Delicious. Okay. It did kind of come out a little bit sloppy. I'm hoping it still tastes really good. Here, check her out. See, she kind of spilt over a little bit on either side. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It'll still be very, very delicious. So, now that that's done, I think I can probably turn the pan off. It's not bubbling up. She's almost done. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the pan off, and I'm gonna put some of the monk fruit on it while it's still in the pan. There we go. Now I'm done with my spoon and I'm done with my monk fruit. I'm gonna put that away. So I'm also going to turn off my stove. I actually have a fancy stove top here that has a special connection to a light switch and a timer. So if something were to go wrong and I were to leave the stove, it would automatically turn off within 2 hours. It's some kind of like new thing in my apartment building. We have like newer electrical stuff, and every apartment in my building is actually like handicap ready, because I live in a building for disabled veterans. If you haven't seen my other videos, I am a disabled veteran, and I live in a building in San Francisco that is for disabled veterans, and it's brand new, and I really appreciate it, and it's like a real blessing to be able to live here. So here are my 2 pancakes, my protein pancakes. And I'm gonna put them here on the table. Let's give them a try. With my monk fruit. So again, it was 2 scoops of my Arbonne Protein, 1 egg, 1/4 cup of almond milk, and 1/4 cup of water. These are good. These are very, very good. So if you're on this diet and you're doing the shakes and you're getting bored with them, this is the way to go. Make some pancakes. It's delicious. And if you're not a fan of egg, like you're full on vegan, don't do egg. You don't need it. I'm just a pancake connoisseur, and I like mine with my egg in it. So good. All right, I'm gonna finish up my pancakes here, and I will see you guys all soon. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on my social media so that I can give you more tips and tidbits and just chat it up. Let me know what you guys want to see. Comment below. And I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.